this episode, I drive this radio truck 500 miles from central Louisiana to South Alabama. Well, we better get wrenching. This is a 2000 XLT Ford Ranger. It was my granddad's very last vehicle before he passed, and once he did pass, they kind of pushed it off to the side yard. It had been having some transmission issues and nobody really needed the vehicle, so this is where it's set. What's the odds? What's the odds we get it started? Quit playing. Fail. Let's pop the hood, see what's up. Alright, welcome back. This is the part of the video where I'm supposed to be opening the hood and checking the engine. That whole scene got deleted. So I'll just give you a quick little rundown. The battery was marked 1998, which predates the entire truck by 2 years. So I'll go down to Parts House, pick up a battery and a few little odds and ends. I'm gonna start putting that in with the clip coming up right now. Since it's been sitting up for a long time, I'm gonna start throwing sauces at it. The first sauce is seafoam. Nothing wrong with a little fuel additive. Is that pouring out on the ground? Possibly. And see if we can get some gasoline in here. And all right. And now for the little fiddly bits, which I'm about half blind. So let's make it as difficult as possible. And yes, I dropped the little screws multiple times. Holy shit! It's fired right up. Okay, now time for more sauces. Blue Devil Pour and Go Transmission Sealer. Since I was just backing down the hill, I see no reason in airing those old tires up. But what I did not count on was the humidity and the dew to cause the rims to spin in the tires. What a mess. Fail. this little piece of metal, I guess probably around 96, 97. I was in North Louisiana and had a flat. It was raining. And there was a workover rig, oil rig. I went over to the trash pile and got this piece of iron. And when I got done with it, I just kept it. And this thing is actually, when I went to Europe, I was in the Army, I took this with me. It's been all over the planet. I use it all the time. Just happened to see this in the shop. And thought I'd bring it with me on this trip and use it on this. Because I knew I was going to be in the dirt. I didn't know I was going to get in that situation I was in a moment ago. But I knew I'd be here in the dirt. So, there it is. Yeah, all these tires are just chalk. So I'm going to go back with some of these 15-inch pacers. Coming down. Because safety. My granddad played the mandolin, and the mandolin was always referred to as a tater bug. And that was always his CB handle when I was a kid. So it's only fitting the truck will be called Tater Bug. Well, it's the end of day one. Got a few things done. I'm gonna close it out, get on the road in the morning. More tomorrow. Good morning. Day two went smoothly. I woke up with a dead battery, and after some finagling around, we got it jumped off. We're getting back on the road, and hopefully no more snags. But as they say, because roadkill. Buckle up for safety. Great day. It's probably the most uncomfortable seats that I've ever landed on. It's like there's no back in it. It's just bullshit flying in from everywhere. Love it. What that alarm is. No clue what that alarm is. Probably the side panel door that actually doesn't close. It's just wired shut. So maybe that alarm will go off because I ain't listened to that in 10 hours. trick we need to do is, if you had a chime like that, you'd reach under the dash and just disable it. So, we'll see how that plays. Also, I really don't know how fast I'm going. The speedometer works, but I actually went with smaller tires, so I'm not for sure. My posted speed limit is 55. I'm going 60, and yet I've got a stack of cars behind me. So I'm not sure, what to really gauge that on. Most of the mold out yesterday, and but this morning when I was jumping the truck off, a big black roach came out of the dash, so I sprayed this thing down and deloused it. Should have done that before I got in, but smooth enough, but the brakes are sketchy as hell. So you gotta really plan for that. Like I got rubber strips. I wouldn't consider this my hometown, but I did spend a lot of time here as a teenager. It's changed so much since back then, it's almost unrecognizable. Most of the buildings and businesses that gave it so much character were torn down to accommodate this new road. I don't personally think it was a great trade-off, and I hate to see it in the state it's in. But, as they say, progress. I'm out of here. This trip's going to take me through all kind of windy little towns. I hope you stick around and enjoy. Notables from Faraday include cousins Mickey Gilley, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Jimmy Lee Swaggart, and world-famous trombonist Leon Pee Wee Whitaker. And after making this turn, I'll stay on Highway 84 East for the duration of the trip. The summer before starting high school, our friend Felicia Reeds was killed by a drunk driver in this intersection. I still think of her often. I always seem to get a little bit wistful anytime I'm leaving my home state of Louisiana. I think of past friendships and all the life experiences I've had. It all seems like 100 years ago, way back when I was a different person. Always great to visit. Just up ahead, we'll be crossing the Mississippi River Bridge into Natchez. Not my brakes. I think it was a 18-wheeler across the way. I hope it was the 18-wheeler across the way, and not this truck or either the chase car, which is charmed. Now remember, I don't have any tags displayed on this truck, so this is a perfect opportunity to get pulled over. Obviously, he ain't interested, and that's a good thing. pushing buttons and turning knobs. Big mistake. Total loss of power, just like you've yanked the battery out of it. And with this, roadkill officially begins. Luckily, traffic was light and I was able to coast into a little side road so I could check out what was going on. After replacing a few fuses and enduring the heat and humidity, I think I've got it sorted out. Okay. We've got it started again. I'm not going to run any cameras or whatnot. I'm just going to use my phone for a second. And we're going to see what it's going to do. With the highway clear and this beautiful skyline as a backdrop, it's a great opportunity to make up for lost time. Let's stretch our legs a bit.
spotty at best. Earlier, just as I crossed into Mississippi, I turned the headlights on and it killed the whole truck. So I'm gonna get fuel here. I'm currently in Laurel, Mississippi, which is pretty much the halfway point to where I'm going today. Like I said, I don't dare turn the truck off.
There's zero lumbar support. It's like sitting in a wheelbarrow, and I'm gonna have to rig up something here. It's almost unbearable. Mint. Love it. The majestic clouds are starting to turn dark, and without a back glass, I would prefer to stay out of the rain. So I'm leaving the chase car behind while they grab some lunch. I'm just cruising along, but it only takes them 10 minutes to catch up. In 3, 2, 1. Well, we're back to 2-lane roads and crossing the Alabama state line. And it seems my luck has ran out as the rain starts rolling in. Most importantly, will this thing do burnouts? Let's see. blasting through these last few towns gives me an opportunity to talk to you, the viewer. What are some of your fondest travel moments? What's the neatest little town you visited? Sound off in the comments below. I know I'm very lucky to get to travel like I do, and it's definitely not lost on me. I invite people all the time to come ride along or whatever, and I hear thousands of excuses. And if not with me, find your own thing and enjoy it. Life's too short to be indecisive. Basically, you just have to go out and do it. This whole trip has reminded me not to give up on things. I mean, this truck, for example, no one would take a chance on it. And honestly, I figured the transmission would give out about halfway through and generate some content for this video. But it's performed really well, and it's definitely growing on me. I may not restore this little truck, but I think I'm going to keep it. Even though everyone knows I'm a Mopar guy. Does this video mean I'm going to start posting regularly again? Probably not. I recognize that the channel's dying, and even this video will probably get tens of views. But I always have fun putting these little videos together. Always did. Taking my own advice, never say never. It's always something that catches my eye or grabs my interest. So there's always possibilities.
finally made it. This little truck was left for dead, and I basically put tires on it and drove it across 3 states, 500 miles, right here to the big city of Delville. Amazing. But if you had a good time hanging out, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and maybe down in the comments, let me know what you'd like to see me do next. With that, I'm going to go get a beer, and as we say down in Louisiana, bye you.
I think we've found out that it's really risky to make episodes by just hopping in a car and hitting the road and hoping that stuff will happen. Because when nothing goes wrong, there's no episode and you guys tell us that it's boring.
Yeah, we're not making it up. Like, case in point, hairy toe.
Super boring.
Truck didn't break.